Hey, how are you guys doing? So today is September the 25th on a Thursday. I'm going to show you the trade that took this AM session. So pretty much we're going to do a trade recap of why I took every trade that I saw and, pretty much explain my thought process on taking it. So pretty much coming to the morning, I was actually genuinely surprised that we expanded. I did not expect this at all. I actually um, expected an expansion, but lower to the daily low, which was still pretty high, but I thought that was doable until, we saw a reaction on the daily because we had this FEG, which I did not notice at all, which is why I was like, why are we going up? I had no clue until that someone in my chat called that out. But then that I did actually take a losing trade of one of my evals and I blew that up because I only had one trade left. So that's what happened because I was actually pretty confident in the short, but unfortunately I was just wrong. So that's what happened then, and then I waited for my sorry, my second opportunity, which was over here because I switched my bias because we could see more expansion, and I expected that because ES still had its highs, and we also did need a good retracement for me to take another long. So I waited for ES to take out, or NQ and ES to take out one of these lows. ES took it out perfectly to a T, and we actually went a little bit more lower than expected, as you can see from the white line. That caused us to have an SMT, and over here caused us to have woman SMT, and then this was my entry over here, a perfect fill. And unfortunately, I did face a lot of drawdown, but I could have waited a little bit better after we went and displaced above because well, it would have been better, to wait because we got up micro time and then we did consolidate for a little bit after taking out this high, which made us go lower. I already know that if we did get filled, it would go lower. That's why I was like, maybe this would have been a bad trade, but I had my stop at a perfect position. I know if we took this out, we would have negated the whole trade and probably went all the way over here and maybe went lower because we already took out the liquidity from 8:30 and 9:30 a.m. on Nasdaq. But other than that, I got in and I still held my trade. Unfortunately, I was a little annoyed because I did only need like 0.25 points in order for me to, be done on the day. So I needed 1 point for me to be up $1,500 on my eval account. But unfortunately, I did not, and I got edged. And I did trail my stop and making me $900 over here because I saw that NQ and ES took out these highs, and then we displaced lowers over here on this. So I was like, yeah, we're definitely going lower, and I was completely correct because we also are exhausted. We already took out all the liquidity from the higher time frame, and I'm gonna show you a little trick because when we expand, we have crazy expansion lower or higher, especially with ES and or with Asia and London low being either up or down like this crazy expansion is always going to be high resistance. That's why we always target 8:30, 9:30, midnight New York or some sort of news candles, and that was 8:30 for me, which was or one of the hourly candles on the higher time frame, which I actually did target to a T, which is why I was like, you know, I could find an entry and still, make some money, which is why I originally took this long. But I did expect us to, retrace lower, and unfortunately, I did take another trade trying to go higher, but knowing that that liquidity was already taken, and then we were rejecting out of a 1 hour fair value gap when ES also took the highs, and that's when I knew that it was cooked, even though I did see some good signs of, support. Unfortunately, I got stopped out, and I was completely confident in the trade, but the liquidity was already taken out, so that's why that trade didn't work at all. And I completely understood that because we expanded already. So I knew that we had to take these lows where I originally, you know, placed the SMT, and I was like, yeah, this can't be broken or we'll go lower. And like I said, what did I say? I'm going. So I wanted to make 1500. I'm not gonna lie, and I pretty much took this short, took it over here, was my break even, and targeted whatever I needed to be 1500. As you can see, I am up $1,500 on this 50k eval, 1,499, same thing. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much how my trading went. I should stop trading, in lunch, but surprisingly, this lunch price action was not bad at all. It was actually probably better than this AM session because that was horrible. This consolidation was horrible because I also did. The reason this take profit was a little bit bigger was because I did take another loss. I got souped actually on this short. I got out, or it suited me over here, and then I re-entered on this break of structure and this inverse. I got in over here. So that was one of the reasons why I got in. It's probably bad habits, but it is an eval account. But I swear to you guys, on my funded account, I will not do this. I will set my limits. I said that last video in my last funded, but I actually didn't. I just completely forgot, which is why I kind of crashed out. But I will do this on live. Like I said, on TikTok, if I have to stream till 4 p.m. and you guys watch me take no trades, then I'll do that because every time I get off stream, if I do have a losing trade or if I like miss out on something, I sometimes revenge trade, and that's something that I don't want to do. So I need to fix that because I know I'm a good trader in, you know, skill wise, but psychology, mental wise, that's more important than, skills, analysis, anything like that. But other than that, that's pretty much the things I need to work on. I'm still a little bummed out that I did blow up that funded account because I was pretty close. But you just live and you learn, and hopefully, um, we pass tomorrow, and maybe we could get our funded by next Monday. But if not, then we just gotta wait and see what time does and what the charts tell us. But other than that, let me know how you guys did, if you guys took a win or a loss, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.